It appears now that the pod system is dead, and this kind of goes with the people that I've talked to. Ross Dellinger had a story a couple days ago from SI.com in which, and I did not know it was this many, so give credit to Ross, but Ross is the one that reported that there had been 35 different formats that they had looked at, and they've cut it down to 2. An 8-game format where teams play 1 permanent opponent and 7 rotating opponents. So that's a 1-7 model. And then a 9-game format that I just mentioned that we went over in detail on this program, which means you play 3 permanent opponents and 6 rotating. He says in his story, while most officials feel strongly that divisions are likely gone and a pod system first floated out in the fall has been eliminated, the conference is virtually split on what to do next. 8 conference games or 9. With this issue, according to Dellinger and so many others, the SEC is divided mostly on revenue-generating lines. So with that being said, Landrum, let me get your opinion of the 1-7 model, which would represent 1 every single year, 1 opponent that you will play regardless, and then 7 rotating opponents for 8 conference games, or the 3 rivalry games and the 6 rotating opponents every year. Which one would you prefer as a fan?
We know through our discussions and kind of going through this exercise, Pat, that you're not going to be able to please everybody. And not every fan base is going to be happy because you're going to leave one of those second-tier rivalries or maybe your second biggest rival. They're not going to be on your schedule. But it is what it is. You know, for the new schools coming in, if you're Texas, and the problem with the 1-7 model, and I like it. I personally like the 1-7 model. I would not have a problem with Auburn and Alabama playing each other every single year.
But what are you going to do about Auburn and Georgia?
Exactly. There's the problem. Well, here's another problem. Now you're adding Texas and you're adding Oklahoma. So what are you going to do away with Texas, Oklahoma every year? Or you're going to do away with Texas A&M and Texas,
exactly.
Right? So you're not going to be able to satisfy it. That being said, I think that while I wouldn't mind the 1-7 model, I think for the overall conference, for eyeballs, for TV contracts, compelling matchups that you know you're going to get every year, you go to the 3-6 model.